If 9% inflation sounds like a lot, that's because it's the highest figure since 1982, way over here, 40 years ago, when the UK was in recession, at war, and on the road to 3 million unemployed.
You know, as you know, Ukraine is a major supplier of wheat, a major supplier of oil, cooking oils. And he said, you know, he was pretty optimistic about planting, interestingly, but he said at the moment, you know, we have no way of shipping it out. As things stand at the moment, it's getting worse. And that is a major worry, and it's not just, I have to tell you, a major worry for this country, it is a major worry for the developing world as well.
This is the man who completely failed to predict the rise of inflation, despite the fact that's the primary job of the Bank of England, and who now comes out and tells us it's all the fault of the Ukraine war. Don't blame me, Gov.
The unemployment rate has fallen to 3.7% in the first 3 months of this year. That is the lowest level since 1974. Job vacancies have also hit a fresh high, but soaring inflation has led to the biggest annual fall in real earnings for most workers since 2013.
So, for example, if something cost £1 a year ago and inflation is 9%, the same item will cost £1.09 today. This doesn't apply across the board, it is an average figure. So some items will increase by more than 9% in price, some less, and some can even fall in value.
It certainly doesn't matter whether he's to blame for it or not.
Yeah.
What matters is the fact that people will feel bad about the cost of living and they'll feel bad about their incomes. It's all about timing.
I mean, Churchill, who's Boris's great hero, he won a war, but so many people were left impoverished at the end of it, he got kicked out of office.
Absolutely, and it's actually quite a good comparison because everyone said Clement Attlee was an incredibly boring individual.
Household disposable income is projected to fall by 1.75% in this 2022, which, apart from 2011, would be the largest contraction since comparable records began in 1964.
There's problems in the supply chains, hangovers from the COVID-19 pandemic, and of course, the war in Ukraine. But rising bills now means that 1 in 4 people have said they've skipped meals.
When prices are rising at the rate they are, when energy bills are going up to the extent that they are, a lot of people say, we're doing as individuals as much as we possibly can. What we're asking for is more help.
Excuse from a completely useless, hopeless, failing Governor of the Bank of England. But he does have one bit of advice for you. Oh, yes. He says those of you out there must restrain the urge to ask for higher wages.
And journalist Sophie Corcoran, who agrees with the minister and says, yes, work longer. It's a good solution to the problem.
That's why we need other plans in place, because there are people that do work 3 jobs and are in this situation. However, she did say it is a solution for some people.
What about pensioners?
You're saying the government have made bad decisions, and the bad decisions they made were borrowing 400 billion for the COVID pandemic or not allowing us to use our shale gas. All things that you approved of. This lockdown that you approved of is the reason why we have this cost of living crisis. And your other thing was to say, well, they need to raise benefits. Who's paying for that? Taxpayers.